What is up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about the best SMG hipfire build in the game currently. It's on a platform that doesn't get a lot of love anymore in Season 6, and to be honest, the gun was never really popular even when it first came out. At first glance, it's kind of mediocre. Doesn't have a good enough ADS speed to justify the switch for most people from the Uzi or the other high mobility SMGs, but what if I told you you didn't have to ADS? Whoa. That's right. If you're a hip-firing fiend, Tarkov transplant like I am, or just aren't as quick on the ADS as the 13-year-old N-word spouting, sweat-dripping, camper-hating pro gamers that play Call of Duty, then you probably could benefit from this CQB setup, which can also perform reasonably well at short and mid-range. Imagine, if you will, a gun that has a nearly identical time to kill as the MP5, but one that often saves you the entire quarter second it takes to ADS. No, not that gun, the other one. And here she is, ladies and gentlemen, the ISO in all her glory. Yeah, I know, she doesn't look like much, but good things can come in small packages. Let's get into the components that make this girl slap. The three most important parts are the Merc foregrip, the 5mW laser, and the ISO collapsible stock. These cumulatively add 92% reduction to the hipfire radius of the weapon. The last two I use are a compensator and a 50-round magazine. The extended mag is kind of a requirement since you're not exactly relying on precise aiming here with regards to the hipfire reticle. You could potentially downsize to a 40-round mag to pick up some extra movement and ADS speed, but the entire point of this build is to minimize the need for ADS. The compensator could be swapped out for a personal preference attachment, but again, since we aren't spending much time aiming down the sights, there's no real need for aiming stability or even a sight for that matter. Some are going to argue that adding the CQB barrel increases your movement speed and subtracts an additional 5% hipfire radius, but in my testing, it just wasn't worth removing the compensator, as you can see from these recoil spray patterns. Just make sure you do not add any barrels that are detrimental to the hipfire radius. Most people don't know that generally barrels which add range or velocity will also harm the hipfire radius stat substantially. I mean, we're talking like 60 to 80%, so you're essentially going backwards almost as much as the attachments you've put on. One final tip. It is a well-known fact that adding pink camo to your gun increases the DPS by 5%, so don't forget that part. Now, let's get into the actual data behind the build. If you've got the attention span of a gnat and have no interest in why you're actually building this gun, then I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to mash the like and subscribe button, and see you later. If you like seeing pretty graphs and hearing people talk about min-maxing statistics, then you're in luck. I just so happen to have pretty graphics handy. This gun has a respectable time to kill at ranges that surpass all SMGs outside of the Striker 45. As you can see, this gun maintains a time to kill under a half a second all the way out to 50 meters. Assuming that you're in multiplayer and not shooting armored targets, of course. Comparatively speaking, the Uzi goes beyond half a second as close as 23 meters. This means not only are you killing things faster at hipfire ranges, but you also have something that isn't going to get you sent to the gulag constantly at intermediate ranges either, provided that you can hit your shots. The side-by-side comparison with the previous hipfire king is pretty telling. The ISO has a much better sprint to fire time, and the hipfire radius is better. The trade-off is a marginal decrease in movement speed along with an increased ADS speed, but we don't really care about ADS speed with this gun. If you want to check the comparison at true game data or see either of the builds, you can follow the link in the description. If you click the drop down on the side, it'll allow you to put your own builds in to compare against those SMGs that I've got preloaded. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also catch us on Facebook gaming streams Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday nights starting at 7 p.m. Pacific. Links down in the description.